Hey everyone, welcome to another transformation video. We're going to go ahead and take MM-01 here and get him from robot to vehicle and back, because this is how he's packaged. So just know that he is a bit of a long process, mostly not too difficult, but a bit longer. And also, so yeah, first thing first is make sure you have the fists on there, not any of the other hands, because if you have the other hands on there, it's not going to transform. Then you're going to be upset because you're going to have to sit there with it half transformed and have to mess with it. So anyway, first things first, you want to come down here, right here, there's a little square bit. You just want to go ahead and get that undone. Just bring that down like that. And then flip the hip skirts up a bit like this. And then bring this down like so. And get the hip skirts up in kind of positioned, more or less like that. And just do that. Now take these hip skirts and bring those down just out of the way. And go ahead and rotate this guy 180 at the waist and just leave it like that. Now back here, on the back here, you want to go ahead and this part, you want to flip this up like this and just bring that up like that and just kind of leave it there. This part, you want to go ahead and you want to get these parts separated. That could be a bit tricky. You want to get this right here, this panel right there. You want to get that separated, and it's tabbed in up here and tabbed in over here, so it could be a bit of a pain sometimes right there. Get that untabbed and just bring that out like that. Same thing on this side. Get it untabbed from the side and the top, and then just bring that out like that. Just get that out of the way. And back here, you want to go ahead and just bring this back and just kind of bring it back like that. Then go ahead up here, you want to go ahead and take these pieces and untab the front windows and bring them forward like that. This will let you go ahead and bring the collar pieces up like that. Let's bring those up, straight up like that. There you go. Now, you want to make sure these are, open up like that. Now, this is where sometimes things get a little tricky. You want to get this untabbed, unpegged. This thing pegs in, this centerpiece pegs into the side piece. So you want to go ahead, this can be a little tricky sometimes, is get these side pieces moved out enough so that you can go ahead and yeah, be a bit of a pain to get them unpegged from both sides at once. Yeah, get that unpegged like so you can go ahead and start bringing this up like that. So yeah, it's on. There's multiple armatures in there, so you gotta want to bring that up, and then get the arms out of the way, so then you can go ahead and there's a compression thing in there. There's like a slider. You want to slide that up, so then you can go ahead and untab this if you haven't done already. To untab those, and then bring this down. Oop, that can pop off really easy, so watch that. Not a huge deal, but it's just on a ball joint, so yeah, just an FYI. Go ahead and bring this down as best you can for now. Get that out of the way a bit, and then go ahead and start. Bringing this back on this hinge right here, like that, right? And then right here, there's a tab right here, which then there's a slot right up in here. There's a little clamp right there. You want to go ahead, and after you bring these down a bit more, and rotate these pieces, and rotate these up and back like that, so they're out of the way. That's gonna come forward, and that's gonna clamp in. Yeah, you see that? That's gonna clamp in. You want it looking like this. It's kind of difficult to explain, but yeah, you want it all angled like this, and that part's gonna clamp like that. And then right here, you want to go ahead and rotate this around 180. Actually, you want to go think this way. Yeah, you want to go right to this way like that. Rotate that 180. Rotate this 180, so it's like that. And right there, yeah, these also, they just kind of sometimes do it naturally, but yeah, there's peg holes for those pegs, just kind of peg it in like that. So you want to bring these, make sure they're flattened out like that. Now, here, I'm going to make sure to, again, just extend this out and then bring this. Again, use that sliders. It's not, doesn't have a click point, so make sure that slider's on. Then you want to slide this down. You want to slide it up so you bring this down right there, like that, right? Now, I found the best way to do this part is to go ahead and open this up. You know, partway through, you want to go ahead and open that up like that. Open this up like this, and these will up here. These panels, you can see well, these will tab into the side like that. You know, they'll tab into the sides. And right here, what you want to do is back here, this right here, there's little panels right here. You want to bring those up like that. They'll bring those up all the way. And then you can bring these panels and fold those in. Again, make sure that slider is up high while you're doing this. And bring this little panel right here, or bring that inward. Now, this thing, you actually kind of want to bring this back, so then you can go ahead and bring this out. Make sure these panels right here, make these panels are in like that. Bring this out and then tab that in right there. Again, make sure these panels are somewhat out of the way. Bring this out and then tab that in right there. Straighten these panels out and then bring this down over top. So eventually this will tab in, but not quite yet. You don't want to do it quite yet. So that's all taken care of right there, right? Okay, so make sure these stay open because they like to close themselves a lot while you're doing all this. Now, right here, make sure this is out of the way, and then you're going to want to go ahead and right here, there's a panel underneath the head panel, if you can see that. Yeah, right there. You want to make sure to bring that down a little bit so you can go ahead and start rotating this in, and also you want to, while you're rotating this forward, slowly also unfold this panel so it can clear this part right here. This should be far enough for now. Now make sure this stupid slider's extended out, so then you can get the head past this part right here, because the antenna, you gotta be careful with that. Just get that past, and go ahead and bring this all the way around right here, so it's nice and flat there. Then bring that up and out of the way, so like that. Then you can go ahead and close these up, and this tab right here will go in that slot right there, and then just go ahead and tab that in right there, like that. Like that. See? Now, good chance the slider is going to collapse on you multiple times from here. Just you don't want it to collapse for when you do some of this next stuff. Now, what you want to do here is just bring this thing in, just bring it down like this. Sure these are out of the way. Let's bring this down. Like that. Yeah, we want that sitting like that now. Now that everything's out of the way. Now, then what you want to do here, now that I'm trying to figure out the best way to orient this for this next part, go ahead and just bring the camera down for now. Might have to raise this back up again because this thing can be tricky. Now, the arms here, what you want to do is kind of get the arms are on multiple armatures. You see that? You want to go ahead and bring those all back as far as you can. Going to bring that back a bit. Now, at the back here, you want to go ahead and lift this part up so you have clearance. Now, you want to get this. So this part right here, you want to go ahead and the fist, you want to curl in as far as it'll go, like that. This right here, you want to rotate it at this point, and then rotate at this swivel. You want to rotate it here like that. Now you want to go ahead and bend that elbow right there like this, right? Again, make sure that slider is fully extended. That central slider is fully extended. And then right here, this is the awkward part. This is probably one of the most awkward parts of the whole thing. Because right here, there is a joint here, or a slider right up in here. You want to get this lined up just right. You want to get this part lined up like this. You want this hole facing outward like that. See? Then you can slide the arm up on that slider right here. There's a slider right here. You want to slide that up. You can see that. Slide it up right there. As far as it can go, because that's, yeah, you want that all the way up. And again, you want that central slider extended as much as you can, because you need the clearance just to get the arm in here. You know, once you get the arm in, it's a lot, things are a lot better. And also make sure this thing is under, in between, like in that elbow spot. Otherwise, things are going to be not going to be fine. You want the arm like that. You want to do the same thing on this side. Again, start swinging the arm back. Rotate here at that joint. Curl the fist in. Rotate this joint. Curl the elbow. And then, again, you want to bring this in and then slide that up. Yeah, this is where it's trickiest. Slide it up here and just slide it as far as it'll go. Make sure the central truck is slid as up as it'll go, and then I've noticed this right arm right here is the one that tends to get caught the easiest on everything when I'm trying to do it. But yeah, it's just try to bring that in best you can, like so. Actually, that's probably the easiest time I've ever had doing this. So, hooray! If you finally figured it out, so you got that. Now you can go ahead and compress that slider joint as much as you can as well. And once you got all that situated, compress that slider joint in central. Probably going to pop itself back up a couple times. Yeah, go ahead and bring this down. Make sure it's on a double hinge. Bring it down such a way that lines up like that. So, bring it down. Yeah, this right here will line up like this. That, and then you can slide that in. That. Now, here, the shoulder pieces, what you want to do here is untab this, bring this out, slide this down, rotate this around so it's facing like that. You know, bring this down, and then right here you want to go ahead, unfold that, untab that, and bring that around like that. And then bring this, you want to bring this all down. There's multiple hinges in there. You want to bring it down around like that and flatten that out so that tab's now sticking outward. And bring that in, and it should go all the way compressed in like that. You can bring this down. There's multiple hinges there. You bring that down and then bring it over top like that. It'll sit like that, right? Same thing on this side. Go ahead and untab that. Slide this down. Make sure it goes all the way down. Bring this out. Bring that out. Bring this piece out. Right side right here. Unfold that. Bring it down. Then let's tab around and bring this down. That. Just all the way folded in. And then also make sure the arm joints are lined up properly too. And then bring this in. So bring that down and rotate that around just to bring that all together like that. And then you can take this piece and bring it in, and so, hopefully this will all tab in like that. There, see? Sometimes if it's slightly misaligned, it'll just pop itself apart, and then you have to sit there trying to figure that one out. Now, these joints, you just want to go ahead and get those kind of back and angled like that for now. Just get them out of the way, because you're going to work on these panels. And there's a good chance, yeah, for a while, this is just simply going to keep doing that for a while until it kind of all is together. Right? Now, these panels right here, what you want to do is unfold them like that. Unfold that panel. Then unfold this panel, and then bring these panels up and around. And this is where things get a little tricky. You want to then... Okay, you want to bring this up like this, and then see that double hinge, you want to bring it around there so that this hinge kind of, it's going to pop a bit. At least this is I found the best way to do it. And bring that one back in, and then going to pop a bit. Okay, bring it around like that so you can then bring this up, and then fold this out, bring this down like so, and then bring this back around, pop it back in place, and then this will tab in right here. And this is where things could be a little tricky too, is just you want to kind of get that all ready to go, but not fully tabbed in. There you go. Over here, same thing. Fold that, unfold that, and unfold all this like so. and then bring that inward. So you can then go ahead and bring that back down, raise this up, bring it around on that hinge like that. So you can bring this up and then bring that down and then bring it back around on that hinge, and there you go. Get that all tabbed together and then get ready on that side. You want to keep it kind of like that for now because yeah, it's easier that way. Now, down here, now we're finally working on the legs. So you want to go ahead and bring these out like that. Here you want to untab this panel right here. Right there. You want to bring this, yeah, untab this panel. This will bring this out, hopefully. And bring that out, bring that up like that. And bring this out, and we'll extend this thing. Like, multiple hinges here. Just uncurl all those hinges, extend it out, rotate it around, and then this thing will feed through that little hole right there, like that. Here you want to go ahead and bring the foot in, rotate it inward, and then bring it up like that. Like so. This right here, there's a tab here, which will go in that slot right there. And there you go, that's one leg pretty much done. Do the same thing on this side. Untab this panel if it cooperates. This is the first time I've ever had the panel not want to do it. There we go. Yeah, bring that forward like that. Unfurl all this and bring it out and unfurl all these panels like that. Just full extension. Bring it around. Feed this through that hole right there. Rotate the foot around. Bring it in. Bring this down and again tab this into that slot right there. And you go ahead and bring the legs together, and if you did it all right, this will all tab together right down to the middle if you did it all correctly. You just go from the front and just go ahead and work it together and yeah, tab it all together like that. Well, there we go. That goes underneath that thing right there. Like that. And make sure it's all tabbed together like that. There we go. Yeah, make sure this blue piece right here goes underneath this gray piece. And that's mostly done. You just got to do a little bit more. Now, this is where you can also finally tab this stuff into. Yeah, this you want to bring this underneath, and yeah, you want to bring this stuff underneath, and these tabs right here. You want to get this to tab in there, and this to tab in. This will tab in there, and up here will tab in, and up here will tab in. Yeah, it's just kind of a weird system. There you go. Get that all tabbed in, and get that tabbed in right there, and there you go. This right here, there's a tab on this thing which will go into a little slot on the leg. That's one side done. And then same thing on this side. It's all squared away. Tab it in up front. Tab it in up front, I said. Tab it up front and on the sides. Sometimes, yeah, if this panel comes undone, then the whole thing will not work, which is really annoying. There we go. Don't know why it's like that, but it is. I'll make sure, you know, give it a good squeeze, and it should eventually just kind of all slip into place. And then, of course, can take this thing and tab it in the leg. Right there. And then finally, a couple more steps. We're almost done. So up here, what you want to do is kind of move this up a bit. You're going to have to squeeze things past. You want to unpeg this thing from the side. There's a peg right here. You want to unpeg that and also bring it up and out, and yeah, it's gonna be kind of scary because you have to flex it. There's a gas tank in there. You want to go ahead and get that out, which can be also because of clearances can be a bit of a pain to get out, but it's doable. Get that out. Rotate that around. Rotate that around, and then bring it up. And then there's a tab inside there, which will go into that slot right here. Like that. Then you can go ahead and close this up and peg that back in and all that stuff. I did forget that sometimes it's actually easier to go ahead and leave this untabbed so you can then bring this up and then unpeg that, bring it out, and then get the gas tank out. Rotate it around 180. Like that. Then tab this back in, and then bring this up and tab that in, and then bring this back down and peg that in, bring that back down, and all that stuff. Yeah, you can bring that all that stuff back down and just get that positioned, hip skirts positioned in such a way that they're just out of the way, like that. Then finally, final step is, well, almost final step. Up here, down here, you want to go ahead and unfold that and untab this from the side, like so. Bring it forward, and then there's another slot in there. You want to go ahead and tab this in. You can kind of have to find it a bit. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Yeah, there's another slot there, and you can flatten that out, and that lets it actually, you know, roll. That same thing. Bring that out, tab it, bring it forward. Bring it forward. Eventually, you'll find its slot, and there you go. Flatten that out. And the final thing to do is to open up the mirrors. Make some adjustments as you need to, and there you go. That is MM-01, MM-01 in his truck mode. To get this guy back to robot mode is pretty much the same thing in reverse. Just go ahead and, well, flip those mirrors back in. You don't want those caught on anything. Come back down here and untab this. Yeah. Tab that. Bring that down and bring this back down until eventually it finds its slot. Same thing. Untab. Bring this down. Bring it down until it finds its slot, and then tab that in. So, up here, tab those gas tanks. Actually, right up here, you want to go ahead and bring this up and out of the way as much as possible. Unpeg this from the side. Bring that out and out. Untab this, bring it around, untab that to get it out of the way. Rotate this around. Bring it in and close that back up and peg that in and all that stuff, and just leave that like that. Bring that back down and bring that back up. Unpeg this and bring it out like that. Untab that. Rotate that around 180. Bring that in. Close this back up. Close that up like that, and go ahead and untab that. Right there. There. Now, up here, I'm going to go ahead and untab these side panels. Let's get those untabbed on both sides. And get that all untabbed, ready to go. And back here, you want to go ahead and split the legs, just right down the middle, and spread those out like that. Then go ahead and untab this and bring that up and out of the way so you can get the foot out and rotate it around. Bring it down, rotate this, and then start go ahead and collapsing this up. You want to collapse it up like that, and then bring it in and close it up like that. And then this, come down here, and there's a slot here for a tab there, and that will all just kind of come together and hopefully tab in properly and not fight you. There we go. That went in. Anyway, untab this. Untap this, bring that out of the way, get that foot down, and it's rotated like that. Bring this in and rotate that and collapse that all up. So, bring that in and just around and bring that down and around like that, and then just close that up. Like that, and that's pretty much the legs done. And go ahead and here, this is where you want to go ahead and deal with this. So first you want to go ahead and bring it forward on this hinge, so then you can rotate that up, bring this all down, and then bring it back out on that hinge like so, and then go ahead and bring that out of the way, fold that up, fold this up, fold that over top, fold it in right here, and then fold this over top like that, and then bring it down against the wheel. Again, same thing, just bring it on the hinge and rotate that up so that you can bring it all this down and close this up and bring that back up so you can close it up underneath, close that up, and then rotate this inward like that, close this up underneath and bring it down over the wheel like that. Now then go ahead and up here, untap this and bring that up like so. You want to go ahead and this side, go ahead and bring this out like that, so you can bring that hinge up, that tab up, untab this and bring it out like that. Make sure that's all the way up, and bring this up, and this will tab over top like that. This part will go in and close up right here on a double hinge, and make sure to close that up. This right here, you want to bring this up, and there's a tab here which will go into a slot right there like that, and then slide that up and rotate this around like that. Same thing on this side, bring this whole assembly out, untab this, bring it out, bring this outward, bring this over top of the tab, so collapse over that, close this up and peg that in so, and right here bring this up on the double hinge against there, bring this up and tab that in like that, and then slide that up and rotate that right there, and just kind of leave those both like that. Now what you want to do here is bring this up like that, and same thing on this side, bring those both up, and this is where we're going to get the arms out, which again you want to extend that up. You know, there's that slider, central slider you want to use, so you can then get the arms out, which can be, this is where it's, again, the arms are more, you think they're annoying going into truck mode, they're much more annoying going out of truck mode. And you want to go ahead and try to get them out, which can be a huge pain. I caught something, there we go. Get those out, and then right here, stand them on that slider, rotate them, make sure it's all the extended, rotate them this way, bring that down, rotate at the elbow, and then bring the fist down, and then you can bring this down, and then just bring this on these hinges, bring it all the way forward like that. Just kind of get that out of the way like that. Same thing again, try to bring this out and hope you clear everything. There you go, bring that out, extend it out there, rotate that way, bring it down, rotate at the elbow, bring it down, and then bring it forward like so. And just bring that out and just kind of get the arms out of the way. Now back here you want to go ahead and bring this up and like out like that. Get out of the way, and then you keep that thing extended so then you can go ahead and pop that. Make sure to pop the right window first. You know, this doesn't here, it's left, but you know, it's the right side of the truck, you know, because this one has a little thing underneath. Yeah. Untap those. And then, again, making sure this is fully extended. Make sure that the head, you know, comes out, and make sure this part right here is clearing that back panel. Rotate the head around and out. Again, make sure this goes around and slots right in. So then you can go ahead and bring these down like that. I'll just, you know, stay out of the way. And that came undone entirely, way too early. Weird. Anyway. Now. Down here, what you want to do is, you have to bring it up a bit. Yeah. So down here, what you want to do is go ahead and bring this, you know, kind of bring this up at an angle. Make sure, again, this is all slid out. Get these out of the way, kind of push them down into the center like that. So then you can untap this bit and rotate that in, and then rotate. Then untap this bit and rotate that in. You go ahead and rotate these out of the way like that. Then you go ahead and rotate these around, insert like that. Bring it back down a bit so then you can get in here. This panel right here, you want to bring that out as far as it can go. Same thing on this side. Bring that out as far as it can go. Can make sure these stay open. And then feed this fully, make sure this again fully extended, feed this up and through. And then go ahead and let it collapse down, and this will go up all the way in like that. And here what you want to do is unpeg these like that. Then go ahead and, once you have them unpegged, go ahead and start rotating those around 180 like that. Make sure these parts right here then get rotated down like that as well. And rotate 180, and then rotate this down like that. Now, up here you want to go ahead, right here, you want to untab that and start bringing those in, and you might have to extend this back out a little bit. Just for the sake of clearance, you want to get these inward past that tab right there. You want to get those inward up in there, and then there's all those hinges in there. You want to get that all straightened. Yeah, bring that all down. So then these, which you have probably have a bit of an angle. You want to have them a bit of an angle. You can bring this down. And make sure to bring these down. And then those will just peg in. You got to find the pegs and get that to slot in. You know, to get those pegged in, which can be a bit of a pain. There you go. Get those all pegged in. And then you can go ahead and take these panels, and there's a tab here which go into a slot like that, and hold that all in place. So there. Now up here, what you're going to do is bring these down. Again, double hinges, make sure that they're sitting right. You want to bring those down like that. Make sure they're also clearing the windshield pieces, because they don't like to do that sometimes. Back here also, bring this forward like that, and these should peg into that thing right there. Then the windshield pieces, you want them, they're on springs. Bring those up, and then this tab right here, this lower tab, will go into that slot right there. Make sure, again, start with the correct side. And make sure those are over top of that panel like that. That will go in and be nice and secure. Same thing on this side. Get over top of that panel and tab it in right there. Just the windshield wipers probably. And that's done right there. So back here, then you want to go ahead and bring these panels up, and again, they'll tab in to the side and the top, and it's kind of a weird, tricky thing to do. It's gonna be a bit of annoying because it's all got to line up in just the right way. Really doesn't like to line up in the right way too. There we go. Get that all tabbed together. Bring this one up too. Get that all tabbed in. You're like trying to get 3 things tabbed in at once. So this, I've never been able to get it consistent. It's just kind of a, you just keep kind of messing with these panels until they all line up and click into place. Like that. Bring this thing down like that. Go ahead and rotate 180 at the waist, like so. Shoulders, you want to go ahead and fix those, get those all squared away. Like that. Down here, you want to go ahead and bring these up. So, then down here, start bringing this up, bring these hip skirt pieces down, bring that up, slot that all in, like that. And then finally take this piece and push it up in there, and there you go. There is Magnificent Mecha in his robot mode. And yeah, it is a bit of a process, just to say the least, but it's doable. It's a bit of a process, but it's not too hard to figure out. You just gotta just be willing to sit here for a while and do it. It takes now about, less than 20 minutes to go one way. I think I can get it down to 12, but unfortunately, well, with a camera here and everything, it takes a lot longer. But hopefully that was actually helpful. Hopefully that was helpful. I hope I showed you enough ways to, get them transformed without being too much of a hassle. I hope to minimize, because those side panels and the arms can be really a bit of a hassle if, particularly the first time you're trying to get it to cooperate. So hopefully that was helpful in some way. And I hope you enjoy your figure. And I'll see you in the review.